MMA fans, welcome back to Carlo Prusa MMA. Today, I have a reoccurring guest to the show. We talked to him before all of his fights. He is the hype. He is a 4-0 undefeated professional mixed martial artist. Trains over at Extreme Couture in Vegas and over at the Fighting Nerds when he is Brazil. It's the hype. It is Mr. Ilay Brazilay. Ilay, you got a fight coming up July 12th, back LFA. You make your return to the LFA cage once again. This time you're taking on Chris Renteria. Kind of a short notice fight for you. You only told me you have about 23 days a notice that you're even fighting. When the opportunity came and presented itself, did you want to right away accept it to get back in the cage?
Hey, Carlo. First of all, good to be back. Good to see you, brother. And yeah, I like the opportunity. I'm not sure why they offered me that only 23 days before, but I like the opportunity and I jump on it. Um, I think stylistically is a good matchup for me, and it's a good test, And I want to show everyone my level. And if I need to do that 23 days before the fight, no problem. I'm always in shape. I'm always training hard, and I'm always ready. So that's a good opportunity for me.
With the fight being only 23 days of notice, is it that much of a big deal since you do train year round? You really don't take any time off. You're always in the gym.
Not really in this case because I'm in camp 4 months, straight 4 months, and I've been working very hard and improving a lot. And then I was supposed to have a fight in LFA with some foreigner guy and some Muslim guy. He pulled out. Um, no one really knows why he pulled out. He deleted all of his social media and stuff. Then they found me some replacement, but I was sick, so I couldn't fight at this date. And now I feel awesome. I'm in camp a lot of time, so for me it's a great opportunity. I mean, 23 days it's enough for me to make weight. I wasn't too far with the weight cut, so yeah, why not?
And now Chris Renteria, overall, what do you think of him as an opponent? He's got a little more professional experience than you do, a couple more fights than you, but what do you think of him as an opponent?
I think he's good. I think he's physically strong. He have the difference between him and the other opponents I had till now, it's he's more like a specialist in one thing. Is he have a very heavy background of wrestling. He did a lot of wrestling, and he is a good wrestler. So that's the big difference. Is like more special than the other, more specialist in one thing than the other opponent that I fought till now. But he is not a complete fighter like the others I fought now. So with that being said, that he have good wrestling, he have a lot of holes on his game, and for me, wrestlers is probably the best matchup. My takedown defense is very, very good. It's very hard to keep me down. So so I feel like stylistically it's a good matchup for me. But it's a test. That's a test that I still didn't had, like to fight with someone that have that wrestling background. So that's why I wanted to take that, to show that I can deal also with those type of wrestlers or whatever.
Are you expecting, just in your head here, are you expecting him to shoot right away?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, until now, no one really wants to take me to the ground. Even when I fought with some guys with good grappling, I believe. Yeah, I believe he's gonna try to shoot. I mean, that's his game plan. He can't just change it. That's what he does. That's what he do every fight, and a lot of time it works for him. That's what he's gonna try to do. He try to push the pace. He have good cardio. He try to push the pace all the time, going to takedowns all the time. I mean, yeah, it won't be very smart for him to stand in front of me, but also, um, I don't think it's gonna be smart of him either to try to grapple with me because I have very good jiu-jitsu and very good wrestling as well. I mean, I can take him down as well. So uh, so for me, it's a very good matchup. I don't feel like there's a lot he can do. Uh, Again, he will try to push the pace. The thing is, the other opponents he had, he could break them mentally. And I'm not a guy that you're going to break mentally. I have great cardio. I'm the guy who breaks other people mental in my fight. So that's why I think that's a very tough fight for him. And we're going to go to the deep waters. And then we're going to see who have better cardio and who wants it more.
Does it excite you at all? I mean, you mentioned you have grappled a little bit in some of your pro fights, but for a guy like this, where everyone kind of knows what the game plan is, to be in a situation where there's a really good possibility you're going to have to really show the takedown defense, you're going to have to go to the mat, you're going to have to grapple him, you may even want to take him down in this situation. Does that excite you to be able to show the world that, hey, you're a multifaceted mixed martial artist and you're good both on the feet and on the floor?
Yes, exactly. That excites me. That's why this matchup excites me. And I show in my fights that I'm very complete, that I'm good everywhere. I showed that, but I didn't show a lot of my takedown defense because no one really tried to take me down a lot, and so that's what excites me. People. I don't think people even know that I have that good of a takedown defense because they never watch me fight. But I want to make a clear statement that I can give me any other wrestler you want. I can deal with those guys. I feel like my fighting style is perfect for those kind of matchups. So I pretty much proved that I can deal with strikers. I proved that I can deal with good guys in the ground, and now I'm gonna show that I can deal with a good wrestler as well.
You're a very dynamic striker. Your striking's very dangerous. I mean, you've laid guys the flat out. Has it crossed your mind maybe with him trying to shoot, him trying to take you down? Do you think he leaves himself open for a leg, a kick, a strike, something where maybe you pick up a pretty nice knockout here?
Yes, of course. We prepared for all this kind of stuff, and you're not gonna have just easy time to shoot at me whenever you want. Um, yeah, I don't think you're gonna feel very comfortable into the fight to shoot me that much because I will try to punish him. In every opportunity, you're gonna try to shoot me, and even if he will be able, to go to some takedowns, I'm not too worried. To be honest, I can go back to the feet anytime, and to take me down, it's gonna be very very hard for him. So I feel like it's gonna take a lot of his energy, but it's something that he won't change. He's gonna realize that during the fight.
When you fought James Pleasant, you were kind of pissed because one of the cards had it the other way, a split decision. Your last fight against Tyler Jones, you were able to do the unanimous decision victory, clear one every single round on all judges' scorecards. Um, was that feel pretty good? Was that a good one to bounce back from that for you?
I mean, I guess so. I don't really trust the judges, so it doesn't really matter for me. After the split decision with James Pleasant, look, I mean, win is a win. Who cares, right? But after the split decision, I don't have even a bit of trust. So, and in this case, I don't think, honestly, Carlo, I try to be the most realistic every time. Of course, I prepared for a hard 15 minutes, but I see myself knocking him out. I don't see the fight go to distance this time. I think he have too many holes in his game, and I gonna take advantage on that. And that's at least what I'm expecting from myself. Not leave it to the judges. And I believe I can finish it before.
If you being 23 years old, if you're on this mission to go to the UFC, get to the contender, get to the ultimate fighter, do you really think about the finish? Is that something that means a lot to you? Or at the end of the day, are you just trying to get the victory whatever way possible?
The victory is the most important, but yeah, I mean, look, I try to look for the finish in all of my fights. If you were watching the fights, I try to finish it each time, And the thing is, in the last two fights, I fought against some tough guys, and they were game, you know. So sometimes there's some part that you need to also fight smart and guarantee the win. That's what I did. But for sure, I want to prove a point. I want to make a statement, and I want to get a finish because I believe that's gonna give me spot either on contender or either to fight for LFA belt. So I do want to make that point. Hey, you guys gave me a short notice fight against strong wrestler. That's gonna be a 10 win streak with pro and amateur combined. So I feel like yeah, I definitely gonna prove a big point.
You're only 23 years old, which is kind of crazy to think about. You're going to have 5 professional belts under your belt after you to do this next one. You want to get on the contender. Obviously, if it was up to you, you'd be fighting on the contender tomorrow if you had the opportunity. Do you have to remind yourself, or does anyone else around you have to remind yourself at all? Like, hey, you're young. Don't rush this process. It's going to happen when it happens.
Yeah, all the time. You know, I glad I have a team that I don't have a team of yes men. I have a really team of they putting me on place. They telling me what should I do. They telling me to go step by step and not to rush anything. So I have those kind of team that's gonna put me in place. But also, you know, Carlo, since I'm 17 years old, 18 years old, people always talk about my future and my future, and I feel like now the future is the simple. I feel like now it's my time. I really feel like now I'm on a UFC level, and that's my time. And now the work is on me. The pressure is on me. I'm the one that need to go out there in 2 weeks and prove it. You know, and uh, and that's what I'm gonna do. That's when I want to make a statement. I honestly believe like right now it's my time, you know, and I'm on that level. I've been working hard, and I always say 2024 I'm gonna be ready for that. And now it's 2024. I train with all those UFC fighters, and I'm telling you that's my time now. I'm ready.
You train at one of the best gyms in the world over at Extreme Couture and in Brazil. Fighting Nerds is also an amazing team, amazing program out there. And one thing I've noticed from you is you're young, but you have the professionalism of what it takes to be a mixed martial artist, especially in the UFC. You do the interviews very, very well. You conduct yourself in a great manner. Is that just from being around these high level guys who've won titles, fought for belts in the UFC rankings on a daily basis?
Yeah, 100%. I try to be realistic in any situation. And, you know, like 2 years ago, I would be very honest with you. I mean, I work with all those UFC fighters. I mean, yeah, with some I could have some good rounds, but I didn't felt like I'm ready physically and mentally. I was pretty mature mentally all the time, but physically and experience wise, I wasn't there, and was very realistic with myself. I always told myself I have more work and more work. But you know, the times go, and I keep improving. I keep getting better physically. I keep getting better mentally, and I feel like, of course, I'm very far from my peak. I still gonna get much better and much better. But I feel like my level is good enough to compete with those guys, you know, at this level. So of course, it's coming from a realistic expectative because I'm training with all those guys, so I can know pretty much what and where my levels at. So now the only thing I need to get is that experience before, because the skill set I have. The thing now is the experience, you know, the cage time, and that's the most important.
If you win this contest, do you think we need to start a petition to make sure you're on the main card for the next LFA event following it?
Yeah, 100%. I fought in Vegas. I said a lot of tickets. I don't know, like why they didn't put me on the main card, and I don't know if they understand. Like, so every time I fight, so many Israelis waking up, you know, and watching me fights. I'm talking with you about a big number of people, and we know I a lot of people know that we do have a big fan base in Israel. All the fighters have a big fan base, and and I feel like LFA could take advantage on that. So I don't know like why they didn't put me in the main card, but for me it's whatever. It's more for them. For me it doesn't matter. I'm gonna go do my job, and I'm gonna make the noise either way.
One thing that I've noticed from watching you fight, watching it on the streams and stuff like that, is the amount of supporters, the amount of Israeli fight fans. I didn't realize that the Israeli people, Israel itself, was big into fighting. And I mean, you see it time and time again when you and Natan, when both of you guys fight. What does it mean for you to be able to represent Israel whenever you go out to battle, whenever you fight, and hopefully into the UFC in a long way in your career?
It means a lot for me, a lot of responsibility. A lot of people are also waking up because they hope they're gonna get knocked out. They wanna watch me getting knocked out. So there's a lot of pressure, but I know how to handle pressure. And Israel now, it's there's so many upcoming fighters from Israel, very good young fighters. Like there's more than 10 pro fighters right now in the US from Israel, and I feel like that's the third. I think we talked about it in the last interview I had with you. I think MMA now is the one of the three biggest sports in Israel. It's soccer, basketball, and then MMA have huge fan base. There we have huge fan base. I'm not shy to say, Natan is the face of the Israeli MMA, and we got Shimon, and we got me. Like we're the face of the Israeli MMA, and with that we have a lot of fan base, and we need to put on that work, and we need to represent good. So for me, it's a blessing to have that kind of support behind me when I'm only 4-0 as a pro.
Israel, are you starting to get noticed? Like, will people come up to you and stuff like that? Do they know who you are?
Yes, yes. Especially in Tel Aviv, when I'm working in Tel Aviv, always people recognize me, and it's nice. I mean, so right now it's not like every second guy recognize us, but here and there for sure, people come, take some pictures, supporting, say some good word. It's nice, I mean, it's nice to it's nice that people telling you that you're giving them some inspiration. And I mean, I got a lot of messages that I changed some people life, like some kids sending me message that I inspired them. They were bullying, like kids used to bullying them during their whole life, and they watching my fights and they get inspired, and they fighting those kids back. So that means more than anything for me. That means more than just that's more important than just another win for me. That's something that's why I do that. To inspire others. That's the main reason.
If you continue at the pace that you are, you're establishing a very large platform for yourself to have a very successful career in mixed martial arts. For you, I know you just talked about it. You love trying to help people. You're a very approachable guy. If someone messages you, you'll respond to them. Is paying it forward and like paying it back rather, is that a big deal to you?
So sorry if it's a big deal for me to respond to people. That's what you
So
mean.
like, yeah, like pay it back. Like if they need help, if they're an early fighter, they just starting, they want to ask you questions. Do you
Yeah.
take that serious, or you know what, I need to help them?
Yes, 100%, Carlo. Because I mean, I'm here in the US since I'm 17 years old, and during those years, if the community won't give me so much, I won't be able to do what I'm doing and to be that much of time in the US. So the community helping and helped me so much during all those years, that's the minimum I can do. I give attention to people, respond them, and give a little bit back to the community. Because if you only fight, and win, that's nice. But I want to do more than that. I want to inspire people. I want to help people, and I want to give back for the community. So So of course, I feel like that's the minimum I can do.
No, we talked about this a little before, but I want to keep bringing this back up whenever I talk to you, just because there's such good representation of it. So many people watch mixed martial arts, combat sports in this day and age. I mean, it's everywhere. You can't escape it. But I think very few people, unless they're a fighter or they're within the industry, realize the sacrifices that it takes to chase this crazy dream. I mean, you're a perfect example. You moved away from your family. You came to the U.S. when you were very, very young. Um, Lucky, you made some great friends, have some great training partners, have some friends take you under your wing, and help you. But what was that like? Like when you first came over here, was there a sense, were you a little scared about it?
Of course, I mean, so I don't know if I was scared. I just made him. I decided to make a move, and I didn't know what it's gonna mean and what's the. I didn't saw the bad stuff of that. I only saw the good stuff. But after I moved, I understand a lot of stuff. I started understanding life and what is life about. And I had very hard time. I had very hard time when I came here to the US. And at some point, I knew that if I'm gonna continue and I'm not gonna give up, and I'm gonna keep do what I'm doing in the US and keep training hard, nothing gonna break me. If those stuff that I didn't broke me, I don't think anything gonna break me in the future. So it was some important thing, important experience that I need to go through. And it's not all shine like people think. It's still very hard in here. It's still very lonely a lot of time. I mean, I have no girlfriend. My family is in Israel and Brazil, so it is very lonely sometimes, and it's very hard. But I have one big dream, and I promise to myself that I'm gonna do everything that I can to achieve that. And right now, I'm very close to that, so I'm definitely not gonna stop now. I'm gonna run after that, and I'm gonna make it. I know, because I really been through a lot of stuff during those years, and I put in a lot of hard work. So I know I deserve this, and it's about time until I'm gonna make big things.
Even now, are you still going back and forth between U.S., Israel, and Brazil, or most of your time spent in Vegas right now?
Most of the time in Vegas, because I got an athlete visa. I can stay here full time, and I'm doing mostly my camps in here. Um, so um, so yeah, I like to go back to Israel to spend some time with my family after fights. But right now, I'm in a position that I can't be for too long in Israel, because I need to be ready to take some opportunities if they're gonna represent themselves. So that's why I need to stay here doing all the time and be ready.
One thing I love about you is, in addition to being a fighter, I mean, you're a huge fan of the sport. You watch so many fights. Me and you, we could constantly talk back and forth on predictions. One guy I want to bring your attention, the guy that you put me on a few years ago, and not too many people knew, was Kyle Bio over at the Fighting Nerds. Were you proud of him? Proud of what he's been doing?
Yes, Kaio is such an amazing person. Not only fighter, he's an amazing fighter, but he is amazing person. And I won't forget. My Israeli friends went to Brazil. They've been with me in Brazil a couple of days, and I took them for the gym. I took them to the gym, and they met Kaio, and I told them like he's one of the top guys in the UFC, and they told me like they were so surprised that he was so humble. He talked with them very simple. He didn't show any disrespect. He was very humble, and they told me they a fan of him forever. So he's very charismatic. He's a great person, and so I saw him today and yesterday, because he's in Vegas. He's helping Gian Silva. He got some fight. So who is training with him in Brazil? So he has such a good energy. He always have good energy. You always feel confident when you train with him, when you talk with him. and I'm sure he's gonna do big things. I really believe he's gonna be champion.
When you watch him, I mean, the charisma, you mentioned it a little bit. I mean, he's got a personality. And what I like about it, it's authentic, it's natural. He's just being him.
Yes, exactly.
Do
He
you
don't
get
he don't
any
try
pressure?
time.
Do you get any pressure of trying to be charismatic or putting on more of a personality than maybe what you have? Or are you the type of fighter, you just try to be you at all times?
No, I try to be as me during all the time. I don't believe in like to be fake and create some personality that you are not, because I feel like people are not stupid. Most of them, at least, they can feel the vibe, they can feel the energy. Uh, of course, there's some stuff that you always can do to promote yourself more and that you need to do. But in the end of the day, I'm not changing any of my persona. And what I show to my people, it's really who I am. Like, I'm very intense. I'm taking that fight game very serious, and and I have big spirit, and I think that's why I'm showing to my people and most of my fans that likes me. That's because they have the same spirit, and they appreciate the spirit. Um, I'm not the most talented and all that stuff, but I do have a lot of spirit and a lot of heart when I fight, and I think that's what people see. And I don't try to change it or something. That's the persona I'm trying to show them and inspire them.
You mentioned a little earlier that you have the perfect people on your team, the people who helped you make the right decision, help you get to where you need to go. Want to give them a little shout out. I met one of them in Orlando in March, Lance Spad, your manager. He was over there with Brandon Jenkins. One heck of a dude, like one of the coolest dudes. Very nice guy, and just by just talking to him and mentioning you a little bit, and some of the other guys, just the knowledge that that guy has, and the business sense for this industry. I mean, it is truly amazing. How have you liked working with him?
Yeah, so Jenkins is a former teammate. I used to train with him a lot. I like the guy. He have always interesting fighting style. He always brings it. And Lance, the man, of course, my manager. Uh, I really like Lance. As a manager and as a person. He's a great person and a great dude. Always taking care of me, good care of me, and everyone that you work with. And you work right now with a lot of Israeli fighters, which is cool. That the Israeli market start growing up. People start recognize in the potential that the Israeli fighters have, and it's cool to see him working with the other Israeli fighters that they are also my friends. And also Lance will be in my corner. So I mean, I won't put just anyone in my corner. It's because I like the guy and he has some good spirit.
Another guy that you get to see quite often at your gym is Sean Strickland. I think it's always so cool that you were behind the scenes in that very famous interview when I think it was Chris Curtis gave him the Hennessy bottle and the do rag, and the term Deshaun Strickland was coined. What is that guy like? I mean, obviously, you see him on television. He's another one. He's charismatic. He's true to himself. He's one of the biggest names in combat sports right
Mhm.
now. But what is he like behind the scenes?
So that's a question a lot of people are asking me. So I training with Sean a lot of years. We used to train together at Syndicate, and then he moved to Extreme. I moved to Extreme after. And I used to train with him before he became, of course, that famous. When he was in the beginning of maybe not when he. I used to train with him when he just got back from the injury that he had. So he always been a good teammate. He always been crazy. Always he been the same persona. He didn't really change a lot, or he's not like playing the game like people think. What he showed, what he's showing, that what he really is a great teammate, great person. And another thing about Sean, he have a lot of knowledge. A lot about wars. A lot about history. I was pretty shocked when I'm talking with him about those stuff. He have a lot of knowledge, so he's a smart dude as well, and he always helping me. Sometimes I'm sparring, and he watching me spar, and he always give me some good advices, and he's really a great teammate, and I really believe he's gonna be champion again very soon.
Have you ever had any interactions with Randy Couture? You ever see him come to the gym occasionally?
Yes, yes, of course. Randy the legend. Oh, I always seeing him in the gym. He always in shape, always training. He's doing some cardio stuff, lifting some weights.
I got to interview him about a month ago, and I couldn't believe it for his age. I mean, that guy. I mean, he looks like he could still fight. I mean, he is in great shape. It's really unbelievable. But just a couple more questions, and I'll let you go. So we're getting closer to the fight. Your fifth fight, trying to remain undefeated. Um, do you have a number in your head? Do you try to maybe after this one be like, I'm two away from the contender, I'm three away, or are you not even thinking that?
It all goes on the UFC ends. I mean, I gonna put in the work. I gonna show them what I got and my level. And it's not in my hands, but what I can tell you is that I'm ready, and I need to win this fight. I need to prove it, and after they're gonna decide whatever they decide. But I believe they're gonna see the same things that all the world are seeing. They're gonna see that I'm ready for the next level, and that I'm interesting fighter. Always bring it. Always interesting fights. I bring with me a lot of crowd. I bring with me the Israeli marketing, the Brazilian marketing. I'm international, so I mean I'm not sure, what they're gonna decide, but I want to believe, and I really think so that after this performance, I gonna get the call.
Do you think that's going to be an emotional moment for you when you get the call saying you're going to be on the contender or short notice fight or ultimate fighter? You think you might get emotional?
For sure, on the contender, I don't know if I'm gonna be that emotional, because for me, like if I'm on contender, a lot of people be like, "Oh, right now I'm on contender," and they think in their mind they're already in the UFC. Like, dude, now you have the hardest fight in your life, so you're gonna fight another great contender. So that's not meaning that you're in the UFC. You're still not inside. For me, it's gonna be more emotional when uh, when they're gonna put me in, or Dana, or however it's gonna be. It's gonna be very emotional for me, because that's what I dedicating all my life to, and I wanna make history for me, for my family, and I can't wait to call my mother and father and to tell them that I made it. That's my dream, and that's not only my dream; it's all my family dream. And right now, it's a dream of a lot of people in my country. They want to see me in, and so for sure, that's gonna be a big, big moment.
Do you ever envision what it would be like to bring a UFC title back to Israel?
For sure, that's something that you can't even explain. I mean, it's gonna change all the everything about the sport in Israel. It's gonna put the sport, I believe, in the first place. The only way to do it, to put the MMA as the biggest sport in Israel, is to bring the belt home. And I feel like that's something that right now, not only me, but also other Israeli fighters can do, and they have the potential to do it. And that's gonna be big, big stuff. But step by step. Not right now, I can only imagine it, but very soon it's gonna be my goal when I'm gonna be in.
All right, Eli, one more question for you. I always finish on this one. A perfect world, what happens when you return to the LFA cage on July 12th against Chris Renteria?
First round, second round, KO. I really feel like it's gonna be a brutal one, and really want to finish this fight and make a big statement. So my prediction will be first round or second one KO.
Eli, well, I wish you nothing but the best, man. Definitely going to be tuning in. I'm excited to watch you fight again. And as always, man, I wish nothing but the best for you. We kind of got into this at the first time. I think one of the first events I ever covered was Icon fight when you knocked out Eddie Lamont, and it's been cool to both grow with each other, become good friends. So you mean a lot to me, and I wish you nothing but the best, dude.
Thank you very much, Carlo. It's always a pleasure to be in your podcast and always great questions. So always great to be interviewed by you. And it's cool that you saw me from the since the first pro fight. So I feel like we're gonna have a good long way.
Absolutely. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching today. That's the hype. Ilay Brazilay. I'm Carlo Prusa. Stick around.